Hello, this is Dale Young with Coach Dale with another of my gratitude verses for the month of November. We're in week 2, Gratefulness in Trials, or as I like to subtitle it, God cares more about your calling than your comfort. Today we're going to be back in the Old Testament on Habakkuk, one of the minor prophets here. Habakkuk 3, verses 17 and 18. Listen to how this rolls out here. This is pretty amazing. Habakkuk says, "Though the fig tree does not bud, and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails, and the fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pen, and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be grateful in God my Savior." Now, if you have ever read Habakkuk, it's a pretty short book in the Bible, and the whole thing is Habakkuk is talking about Israel, right? It's a agrarian land and all that sort of stuff, and so he's describing some really dire circumstances. Basically, if there's no figs on the fig trees, there's no grapes on the vines, no olives for the olive crop, fields producing no food, no sheep, no cattle, what are they going to eat? I mean, they didn't have the resources and the back thing and the supply chains that we have today. Imagine kind of like in the early days of COVID, you went to the grocery store and there was nothing on the shelf, no milk, no bread, no toilet paper. Those are the things that we take for granted nowadays. And just imagine if this was happening nationwide, so to speak, like it was with Habakkuk here. You would be in dire circumstances, and yet he still says, "Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God my Savior." That takes some faith. And I appreciate this from the Old Testament here. Even though they're in dire circumstances, even when resources are lacking, faith can sustain a thankful heart. One more time, Habakkuk 3, 17, 18. "Though the fig tree does not bud, and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails, fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pen, and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God my Savior." That's it for today. Hope to see you around in the next few days, and be sure and comment and like on these verses and share them out on social media. Let's get that wave of gratitude going out. Thanks.